Hey Shiloh, as many of you know, we began a process this last week of selecting shepherds for our church. And with the home church model that we have, we were trying to figure out the best way to get each of our potential shepherds in front of you. We were trying to find a balance between like a Mr. Rogers setup and an interview setup. And so we decided that what we would do is just ask each of the three men to share with you for just a couple of minutes about who they are, to give you a better idea of their family, give you a little bit of their history. For us as a church, this is a big step, and it's one that we want to do right, and we want you to have as full of an understanding as possible about the men that will be leading us, the men that will be looking out over the souls of us as a body. And so here is just a couple minutes from each one of these men about who they are to help you better understand who they will be as shepherds.
Hi Shiloh, my name is Adam Fowler. I've been asked to share a little bit about myself. I grew up here in Colorado, Colorado Springs to be exact. I ended up coming up to Fort Collins to go to Colorado State University, where I studied finance and real estate. As a freshman, I actually ended up meeting my wife, Jessie, and then through her and some mutual friends and an on-campus ministry, we both actually became Christians while in college. In preparation for our getting married. While in college, we ended up having our first child, and later on going on to have 5 total children, which makes up a huge percentage of our home church. In terms of our church lives, we've served in various capacities. Most of our passion was for young married couples, and then also college-age kids and ministry to them. And so oftentimes we'd have a couple dozen college-aged couples and or kids going to school at our house and host them and talk about God and lead in that capacity. Most recently, we led the prayer team at a large church in town, and we did that until we found our home here at Shiloh. And how we ended up at Shiloh, I actually met Taryn at a Christmas party almost a year ago to the date. That's where he challenged me to lead and to serve God in whatever capacity God might have me. And so Taryn challenged me to go all in. Through that, we found the home church and really served as a part of that until I was asked to lead one of the home churches here in Shiloh. Through doing that, God has really grown me and my family. I believe firmly that God has planted us in Shiloh for a purpose, and I have a very strong conviction about that. So I'm honored to be considered as an elder and looking forward to growing together as a church and serving you all. Thanks.
Hello Shiloh Christian Church. My name's Dan Roccaforte. I wanted to take some time to share a little bit about myself. My wife and I, Deb, we've been married for 24 years, and we have 3 wonderful children. As far as work, I work in the aerospace and defense industry as a cybersecurity analyst, and wanted to talk a little bit about my journey of faith. Probably about 21 years ago, God just revealed to me that He was real, that He was something other than this world that I needed to be seeking. And He did that through the birth of my first child, Taylor. So that was an amazing experience. And over the past several years, I've been able to serve God in various ministries. I started in youth ministry with my wife. For many years, we served as youth leaders with middle school and high school children. And probably about 12 years ago, we were fortunate enough to be part of planting Shiloh Christian Church. So that's a little bit about who I am, my history from a faith perspective, as well as how we landed at Shiloh. I'm super excited about the opportunity to grow in my faith and to serve in a different capacity as an elder at Shiloh. Thank you very much.
Hello Shiloh, my name is Alan Metzger. Just a little bit about me and my family. We've lived in Fort Collins for most of the last 30 plus years. My wife Wendy, she and I have been married for 32 years now, very happily. We have 4 children, and as of this moment, 3 1/3 grandchildren. So one's on the way. For work, I've done various things. I have a degree as an engineer, and I also have worked in sales and leadership, and I currently am the general manager of distribution for Walker Mowers. If you want to hear a little bit of probably the most amazing faith story of my life, just ask me about how I ended up there from where I came from before. I have been a Christian. Actually, I'm a 3rd generation Christian. My grandparents went to the Church of Christ before me, and my parents did as well, and then I followed. If you were paying attention to Terrence's sermon a couple of weeks ago, he talked about a similar background that I have. One of those being that we did not grow up with instrumental music. And of course now, hopefully you know me as one of the ones who leads worship for you with instruments and with my family. And that's been a joy for our family to do. Really, I've been doing that since about 1999. And it's just a joy to do that. And so it's been fun to serve as worship lead, as well as some other things we've done. I was previously an elder for Shiloh for about 9 years in the past, have served in various capacities in other churches. We found our way into Shiloh as one of the original families, and we have loved what we're doing here, and we love where we're going. So I just thank you for that.